Let's go, my name's Dan Kiesling, and welcome to our tour of not the Anvil Hornet line of ships, but we're going to take a look at the Wildfire. But I figured in terms of having a banana for scale, I figured we would put all of the available Hornets so you guys could take a look at it. So here's the base model Hornet. We put two of them in just for taste. Here's the tracker. This is one you don't see very often, at least I don't see. Especially I don't see with the blue color. I just rarely see that, if ever. When flying around the verse. But this is the tracking or radar type Hornet. I do like this one. This is the Anvil Ghost, which allows you to fly under the DMs for a little bit. I always thought this would be a little bit more black, right? You know, because on the website it's very dark. And here it's more of like a pinkish hue or a gray. And then this is the Hornet we typically use all the time, which this is our Super Hornet. It's got the turret on top, the turret in front. And it's a two-seater. So really it comes down to, is this thing going to be dethroned by the new variant, which is right here, the Wildfire? It was hard for me to pass up on this ship, although in theory and in build it is inferior from a loadout standpoint to the Super Hornet, and it doesn't have the second seat back there like the Super Hornet. But I did like the coloration, and people say, Dan, how can you like colors better than a loadout? I just do. I prefer aesthetics sometimes to functionality, and I do like the nice accoutrements that's on here. I do prefer red to like the blue coloration like you see in the tracker out there in the distance. But let's go ahead and do a nice little walk around. So you got, what do we got here on the sides here? So the loadout is different as well in terms of what it provides. So it's got a tarantula on the side piece. What else? We got some red coloration here. I do like it underneath the tail like that. It's a nice look. Ammo box. Oh, that's cool. I never noticed that you could swap the boxes out. So another tarantula here. We got some Pioneer missiles. And then what do we have up front? There's a size 3 spot, but we must have taken the gun off of it. And when we were messing around with something, I don't know what I should probably know what the default loadout is for it, but unfortunately I do not. So I guess it could be anything, right? I should probably check to see what that is. I'm actually going to do that. Give me 1 second. So apparently there are no guns in the front, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense in terms of what's available to us. So apparently the one thing we saw it, but there are two, what do we got here? So there's a turret on top with two, let's see what size they are. I don't want to, so M4A laser cannons, but that doesn't make sense. Did we take the whole turret off here? So we put a gimbal on there. What can we put up here? So we can put one size 3 in the front? Huh. That's interesting, because I looked on the RSI website, and I'm sure this is, don't quote me on this, and it's probably incorrect information, but on the RSI website, I didn't see a gun in the front, and nor did I see it on the loadout. So I don't know if that's a bug, if it's not supposed to be there, if it is supposed to be there. Nonetheless, we're going to run with it, and first off, the top in the cockpit. But I will be, I'll be looking for help on the loadout in the comments, and I will, I'll tag or respond to whoever has the, not respond, I'll tag it so people know what the exact default loadout is for this. Because I'm not sure if it's supposed to have, that in front. It doesn't seem like it is. But anyways, wait a second, is that red on the inside? See, they did color the inside. So right now, in terms of all the variants we've looked at, which is the Comet and the Valiant, we still have the Renegade to go. This is right now my favorite because of a couple reasons. I do like the red. Look at this flavor. And they colored the inside. That's a nice touch. Ignore the blue for scale, but I see it always. The Hornet Ghost is always an enigma to me, because look at it. It looks so much darker than when you get up close and personal. But I do like the Hornet Wildfire. It's got some nice features. I know from a strictly OP build, it's not there, in comparison to the Hornet. But sometimes it's not about that. Speaking of that, we're gonna take this bad boy into free flight and see how she flies. All right, so here we are in free flight mode with the Anvil Hornet Wildfire, and I will say not that I have regrets on any other ship purchases, but I am glad that this is one. This is one that I was on the fence about buying, just in terms of wasn't sure that I needed it because I also had a Super Hornet, which is really enough. And just a disclaimer, you don't have to buy any of this stuff to have fun in the game. But for me, you know, I really enjoy supporting the game. I love the game. I have a ton of fun with it in its current build. But this is one that I'm like, hey, do I really need it? And this is one where I'm glad I bought it. It's got, number one, I do like the color detailing on it. And in particular, inside the HUD. To me, that's just it's got some extra flair. And you look at, when you're in the cockpit so much, it's nice to have something that delineates you're in a different ship than, say, like the Gladius variant or whatnot. So let's go ahead and let's test out these guns. The HUD is dead, like I said before. Okay, so that Pyroblast is not standard, but oh, look at that though. So ignore that bottom gun. So I took off one of the Hornet guns. I'm not sure we're supposed to be able to have that size 3 in front, but that's a decent loadout. I like it. Let's go ahead and see how she handles in crash test mode. What the? You see him doing the shimmy? The full-on shoulder shimmy. Look at that. Alright. Alright, let's go full speed ahead here and see how it handles a diamond encrusted crash here. We'll go full thrusters. Let's go, boys. Look at the Wildfire trim on the wing. Look at that. It's just a fuselage. I'll tell you what, this is, oh, are we going to get the side impact? No. We'll go one more crash here. But like I said, it handles like the normal Hornet. It's got a little bit extra detail and a different loadout. And so if you're thinking about, you know, hey, I want to go Super Hornet or Wildfire, really, I think the question comes down to, do you want the best particular combat build, or are you looking for a little bit more flair? And I'm a little bit more flair type of guy. 2 fuselages in a row. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this ship tour of the Hornet Wildfire. If you guys did, clicking the like button really does help out the channel and the video and what we're trying to do here, especially with all the new 2.6 stuff. But thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I'll see you guys next time.